Students, welcome to Sunil's tutorial. I am Sunil Bidwani and today we will be doing this chapter called as time and distance. Let's see this. Let's see sum number 10 or let's see the next one, guys. You done 9 sums in the previous lecture. Let's see the next one. Sanjeev cycles to his college at an average speed of 12 kilometers per hour. Fine. It takes him 20 minutes to reach college. It takes him 20 minutes to reach college. He wants to reach his college in 15 minutes. He wants to reach his college in 15 minutes. What should his average speed be? His average speed. Now, guys, we know that speed is equal to distance upon time. Now, they are saying that therefore the distance covered by Sanjeev is going to be nothing but speed into time. Speed is 12 kilometers per hour. Time is 20 minutes. Convert this into hours. To convert this into hours, I have to divide this by 60. So 0, 0 gone, 1s are, 3s are 4. So 4 kilometers is the distance, right? Now, they are saying that he wants to reach in 15 minutes. What should his average speed be? Speed is equal to distance upon time. Distance we know is 4 kilometers. Time is 15 minutes. Convert time from minutes to hours, for which I need to divide by 60. Denominator of denominator becomes numerator, right? 1s are, 4s are, should be 16 kilometers per hour. So if he drives at 16 kilometers per hour, he'll reach his college in 15 minutes. Next, let's see another sum, guys. A walks from station X to station Y. A walks from station X to station Y at a rate of 5 kilometers an hour. At 5 kilometers per hour and returns at 3 kilometers an hour. Returns at 3 kilometers per hour, right? What is the average rate in kilometer per hour for the whole journey? What is average rate for whole journey? What is the average rate for his whole journey? Fine, we can, let's see how do we do this. Now, I can say that, let's assume that the distance between X and Y is X kilometers. Distance between X and Y is X kilometers, right? Now, distance, speed and time, right? From X to Y. When he is going from X to Y, he is going to cover this distance. He travels at 5 kilometers per hour. Therefore, the time taken by him. Now, time is going to be nothing but distance upon speed. Right? When he is traveling from Y to X, he still covers the same distance. But now, his speed is 3 kilometers per hour. So, the time taken by him is 3 X upon 3. That's distance upon speed. Now, you have to find out the average speed for the whole average speed for whole journey. Average speed for whole journey is total distance upon total time. Total distance that he is going to cover is x plus x 2x. X for going, x for coming back. Total time is x upon 5 plus x upon 3. Right, so this is going to be 2x upon 3x plus 5x upon 15. Denominator of denominator becomes numerator, so 2x into 15 upon 8x. X and x gets cancelled, 1s are 4s are 4 3s are 12, 7s are 28, 5, 3.75 kilometers per hour. Right? So it is 3.75 kilometers per hour. Right? Next, let's see another supplies. A plane left 30 minutes later than the scheduled time. A plane left 30 minutes later than the scheduled time. And had to increase its speed. Had to increase its speed by 250 kilometers per hour from its usual speed to reach destination 1000 kilometers away. Right? Find the usual speed. Right? Let's see how do we do this sum. Now, let's assume that the usual speed is x kilometers per hour. Let usual speed equal to x kilometers per hour. Right? Speed, distance, time. Usual speed is x kilometers per hour. Distance that it has to cover is 1000 kilometers. So time, the time it would have taken is going to be nothing but, time is nothing but distance upon speed. So 1000 upon x nu. They are saying that since it has left 30 minutes later, it had to increase its speed by 250 kilometers per hour. So the new speed will be x plus 250. It would still cover the same distance of 1000 kilometers. So the time it will take is 1000 upon x plus 250. Right? Now they are saying that the difference between the two times is half an hour. 30 minutes is nothing but half an hour. So that means this is half an hour. 1000 upon x minus 1000 upon x plus 250 is 30 minutes. I'm going to convert that into hours. Here, first I'll take 1000 common, so this will become 1 upon x minus 1 upon x plus 250 is 30 upon 60. Right? This is x plus 250 minus x upon x into x plus 250 into 1000 is 1 upon 2. So your x and x would get cancelled, cross multiply. So if you cross multiply, 2 comes up here, so you'll get 2000 into 250 is x plus 250. Right? 2000 into 250. So 25 2s are 50, 3 zeros from here and 1 zero from here is x square plus 250x. Take that on the other side, so I will get x square plus 250x minus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. is equal to 0, right? Now, which should be, I need to have two numbers such that their sum or difference is 250 and their product is 5 lakhs. So I need to find out the product first. So if I find out the product, let's find out the product first, guys. 5 lakhs. I need to divide this. Factors. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5 and 32. That is, now let's see this. Can I get 250? I need to get 250, which is going to be, say, 5 5s are 25, 25 5s are 125, 125. I need, guys, let's see this, 32. I could have 5 to, that you can have, but I'm 5 2s are 10. So you could take this as 5 5s are 25. 5 5s are 25, 25, 5s are 125, 125, 5s are 625, 625. And here you have 5 5s are 25, 25 and 25 into 32 is
800.
800. 800 and 625. So in that case 725, 125. No. 175. That means I need to put 1 2 there. 5 5s are 25, 25 5s are 125. Let's put the 2s here. That'll make things simpler. Let's see this. 5 5s are 25, 25 5s are 125, and 2 2s are 4, 4 2s are 8, 25 8s are 200. So that means this is 200. Now this is 125 and this is 4. 125 into 4. 5 5s are 25, 25, 5s are 125, 125 into 8, 125 into 8, someone do 125 into 8, 250, 500, 1000, this is 1000 and this is going to be 125 into 4, no, right? 25, 2 to the 4, 4 to the 8 to the 16, 25 into 16, someone do 25 into 16,
400.
400, and 5 5s are 25, 25 5s are 125, 125 5s are 625, 625 into 2 is 1200, which will not give me this.
1250.
Right? No. Have we done all calculations correctly? X square plus 250x minus this much, right? We're going to get a decimal answer here. Now How would I do this? I'll have to do this using the formula x is equal to minus b plus minus root of b square minus 4ac upon 2a. When you do not get the factors, then you have to use the formula to get the answer. So where a is 1, b is 250 and c is 5 lakhs. So in which case you will get x is equal to minus 250 plus minus square root of b square. 25 5 square is 625 and 2 zeros minus 4ac. So minus 4ac. So plus 5 fours are 20 and another 5 zeros. Upon 2a. So that will be minus 250 plus minus square root of upon this much. Someone get me the square root of 206 to 500.
1436.14.
1436
0.14.
0.14. So read the 0.14 upon 2, right? So in that case, this is going to be now. I can say x. We know that it cannot be negative. My initial speed cannot be negative, so it will be 1436 minus 250 upon 2, right? So this is 6. This is going to be 8.
1186.
1186 upon 2, which is going to be 5 2s are 10.
593.
593. So original speed was 593 kilometers per hour. Nice sum. Next, so now you know that if you don't get the answer with the help of factors, this is how you have to do. Right? Next, let's move on to the next sum, guys. Ram travels from P to Q. Ram travels from P to Q at 10 kilometers per hour and returns at 15 kilometers per hour. Returns at 15 kilometers per hour. Right? Shyam travels from P to Q at 12.5 kilometers per hour. Travels from P to Q and returns at 12.5 kilometers per hour. If he takes 12 minutes less than Ram, if he takes 12 minutes less than Ram, what is the distance between P and Q? What is distance between P and Q? I think we had done a sum like this in the previous lecture, where you have a person traveling from one place to another place. This is like the sixth sum, where you had in the previous lecture, if you check, Sohan travels from A to B at 12 kilometers per hour and returns at 18 kilometers per hour. Mohan travels from A to B and returns at 15 kilometers per hour. That's a when he takes 30 minutes less. So I'm not going to do this sum because I've already done one sum of this kind. Look at the sixth sum of the previous lecture and try solving this sum. This is exactly like the sixth sum of the previous lecture, right? And if you want the answer, I'll give you the answer for this sum. The answer for this sum should be 30 kilometers. The answer should be 30 kilometers. Replica of the previous sum, time you started solving sums on your own, guys. I'll show you one sum of a kind and then you need to solve. Next, a student reached his school late by 20 minutes. A student reached his school late by 20 minutes by traveling at 9 kilometers per hour. Had he traveled at 12 kilometers per hour, had he traveled at 12 kilometers per hour, he would have reached his school 20 minutes early. He would have reached his school 20 minutes early. Find the distance between the house and school. Find distance between house and school. Again, this is like your previous sum. We've done this sum in the previous lecture. This was like the one of the sum we had done in the previous lecture. Yeah. In fact,
40.
yes, a student reached his school. The seventh sum is like the seventh sum of the previous lecture, right? Look at the seventh sum in the previous lecture and try solving this sum. You should get this answer as 24 kilometers. The answer for this should be, I'm not solving this, answer for this should be 24 kilometers. Look at the seventh sum of the previous lecture and you should be able to solve this. Fine, do we get this? Next. Let's see another sum. In a kilometer race, A beats B by 100 meters and B beats C by 150 meters. I think we've done this sum. In fact, we've done this sum with the same numbers already. Okay, let's change the sum. We've already done this sum in the previous lecture. Next, two cars start together in the same direction. Start together in same direction from the same place. The first goes at a speed of 10 kilometers per hour. First goes at a speed of 10 kilometers per hour and the second at 8 kilometers per hour. Second at 8 kilometers per hour. Right? In the first hour, in the first hour. Right? Next, they are saying that and increases the speed by half kilometer each succeeding hour. And increases speed by half kilometer each succeeding hour. After how many hours will the second car overtake the first car? After how many hours will the second car overtake the first car? Right? This seems to be a nice sum, interesting sum. Right, let's see this. Let's assume that, let's suppose that the two cars meet after X hours. Let two cars meet after X hours. Right? In that case, what will be the distance covered by the first car in X hour? Distance covered by first car in X hours. Distance is nothing but speed into time. Speed is 10 and time is going to be nothing but 10x kilometers per hour, or this will be the distance covered by it. Now 10x kilometers. Let's and what will be the distance covered by the second car? Now the second car starts with 8 kilometers and goes on increasing by half and half kilometers every successive hour, right? Now the second car distance covered by second car, it starts with 8 kilometers, then it goes at 8.5 kilometers, then it goes at 9 kilometers, and so on and so forth, right? It goes on increasing for how many times? For x times. Now if you look at these set of numbers have a unique pattern. What is the unique pattern here? The difference between every consecutive number is same. Since the difference between every consecutive number is same, therefore such a set of numbers is called as arithmetic progression, or AP. Such a set of numbers where the difference between consecutive numbers is same is called as arithmetic progression, where this is called as the first term. This difference is called as D. So that means I can say A is 8, D is 0.5, and I have to find out N is X hours. X times it is going to increase because it is after X hours we are assuming that they will meet. So in that case, the sum of all this number, Sn, is given by the formula n by 2a plus n minus 1 into d. That is the formula for arithmetic progression when the numbers are to be added. So this will be x by 2a, that is 16 plus n x minus 1 into 0.5, right? Now after x hours we are assuming that the two cars are going to meet. Therefore I can say that 10x, the distance, if the two cars are going to meet, that means the distance covered by the first car should be equal to the distance covered by the second car. That means 10x should be equal to x by 2, 16 plus x minus 1 into 0.5. So x and x gets cancelled, so I'll get 20 is equal to 16 plus x minus 1 into 0.5. 4 is equal to x minus 1 into 0.5. Take this on the other side, so 8 is equal to x minus 1, x is equal to 9. After 9 hours, the two cars would meet. Fine, do you get this thing clear?
Yeah.
Next. I think I've covered all the different types of sums that you could have in speed and distance, time and distance, right? Okay, we'll stop this here for the day. Thank you very much.